working on this warm-up problem. It reads, Jenna's dance class started at 11:30 and ended at 12:45. How long was Jenna's dance class? What would be the first thing that I need to do? I've read the problem. What would be next? What would be next? Kaden, what's going to be next? What's that?
The unit.
Unit. What is going to be my answer sentence? Do you have one, Kaden?
Yes.
Go for it.
Jenna's class took blank minutes.
Jenna's class
Took
blank minutes. I love it, Kaden. Great job. It could be some different variety of that. Something maybe a little bit different, that's fine, but I really like the one that Kaden came up with. If yours is slightly different, that's fine. What's our next step? We've got an answer sentence, we've read the problem. What's our next step, Kate? Yeah, our plan to solve this is using a number line. So we're going to draw a number line. Do we know the start time?
Yes.
Corbin, what's our start time?
It's 11:30.
It's 11:30. Beautiful. Do you know our end time, Corbin? 12:45. Very nicely done. Do you have a question?
No. Oh.
Okay. What do we always try, or what do I always try to start with when I'm doing a number line? You don't have to, but I like to try and start with the largest chunk of time or an hour or a mountain. What is an hour from 11:30? What's an hour from 11:30? Eva? Could I have used 12:30? Would that be within my number line, or would it be too far? Yeah, I could work with it. So I can do a mountain. Do you have to do a mountain?
No.
No, you definitely don't have to do a mountain. No, leave it out. You definitely don't have to do a mountain. Could you do it all in rocks if you wanted to?
Yeah.
Sure. Could you do it in hills? I saw some of you skip counting by 10 minutes. If you like to skip count by 10 minutes and you're good at it, go for it. I personally just like to do the biggest chunk of time first. My brain likes that. That makes me happy. Do what makes your brain happy. Some of you, instead of doing an hour, I saw that some of you did 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And you did 10 minutes to get to the same time. Does that still work? Sure. Is it the way I would have chosen? No. But it'll still work. Peter, please put those in your book bag. I mean, in your desk, not your book bag. So that when we have read to self time, you have something.
Okay.
And then I need you to get moving.
Okay.
We're in math now.
Okay.
What is my time, my new time after my 1 hour mark? What's my new time? What's my new time? Kaden, what's my new time?
12:30.
12:30. Beautiful. Am I at my 12:45 mark?
No.
No. No. No, not yet. Now what do I need to do? Stay with me. What do I need to do now, Lee?
A 10.
A 10-minute hill?
Yes.
What's that going to get me to? What's going to be my new time?
12:40.
12:40. Then what do I need to do? Riley? A 5-minute hill, and what will that get me to? 12:45.
Nice.
Math notebook, come on.
Okay.
Shorten my number line a little bit. Alright. So Jenna's class took 12:45, right?
No.
No, that makes no sense. Even if it's multiple choice, still write a number sentence. Because if I say, oh, my end time was 12:45, Jenna's class took 12:45 minutes.
No.
Wait, hold the phone. That doesn't make any sense. What is it asking me to do? What is it asking me to do? Because it doesn't want my end time. Or a start time. It doesn't want an end time or a start time. Jaden, what does it want me to do?
It wants to know how many minutes it took. So literally it wants to know how many minutes was between 11:30 and 12:45.
It wants to know the minutes. It wants to know how long it took. So we have 2 units that we're counting. What's the big unit that we're counting? What's the big unit, Matthew?
An hour.
An hour. How many of those do we have?
1.
So we know that she at least had 1 hour. What else did she have? We have hours, and then what's our other unit that we're counting, Kaylin? We're counting hours, and we're counting minutes. Yeah. We can, because it's a small amount of hills that we're working with, we can chunk those together and say 15 minutes. Sure. So how long did Jenna's class take? Peter?
1 hour and 15 minutes.
1 hour and 15 minutes. Yes.
What if you did it by tens and then you put 3 tens and then you put and then that got you?
That would equal an hour. Because 6 over 10 would equal an hour.
Yes, but I did that wrong. It was because
So you have. So what Kaylin's doing is she did tens for her hour. She didn't do a mountain. She skip counted by 10-minute increments, and that's totally fine. That works. That works too.
but that got me sort of.
However, are we going to have an hour unit? Do I have any hours? Technically, no. I just have minutes. So how many minutes do I have? Let's skip count, Kaylin, to find out. Ready? 10. What is this? 20.
30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75.
75.
So it would be 75 minutes. But it says 11. It says it says 11:30. So I went 11:30, or I went 30, 40, 50, 60.
So what you did, Kaylin, because I can see it on your paper, you did 11:30, and you did 3 tens to get you to 12, and then you did 3 more tens to get you to 12:30, and then you did just like we did, 1 more 10 and 1 more 5 to do that last little chunk. Okay? Your way is correct. It's just not the same way that I would have done it.
It got me to 65.
Well, that's just because you didn't count correctly. Okay? We good with that?
Yes.
Yep. Sometimes problems will want to know an end time or a start time. We're used to that. We're used to saying what time did they finish or what time did they start. We're used to trying to figure out a start time or an end time. But sometimes you have to read very carefully. Did the problem we just solved want to know a start time or an end time? No. It already gave us a start time and an end time. What was it trying to ask us? What was it asking us? Ashlyn, what was it asking us? How long was the class? It wanted to know the minutes. The elapsed time. Exactly. Exactly. What would be a synonym for elapsed? What might be a synonym for elapsed? You ask the question, then I'm going to answer it. Go for it. Pass. Yeah, we're just wanting to know how much time has passed. Okay? So that can be a little tricky. You need to really make sure that you understand what the question's asking. A good way to make sure you know what the question is asking is this answer sentence. Getting that answer sentence down will really help you. Alright, let's do this one together. School ends at 3:30. Before the students can go home, they have to pack up, which takes 17 minutes. Eat snack, which takes 8 minutes. And read to self, which takes 20 minutes. What time did the students start their end of the day routine? Ooh, holy moly. So I'm going to read it again because some of you are looking real confused. That's okay. Read a problem more than once to get it, to understand it. School ends at 3:30. We good with that?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, good. Before the students can go home, they have to pack up, which takes about 17 minutes. They have to eat snack, which takes 8 minutes. And they have to read to self, which takes 20 minutes. What time did the students start their end of day routine? Let's try and get an answer sentence together. What's going to be our answer sentence? What do we think is going to be our answer sentence for this problem? That's a good way to help make sure we're on the right track. Matthew, what you thinking?
The students started their end of the day.
I like it. The students. Go ahead and write this down, please. Start it. You don't have to write the question, but you do need to write our answer sentence and our work. Students started their end of the day routine at blank. I'm going to say this again. Even if a problem is multiple choice, still put an answer sentence. It's very helpful so that you remember, what am I trying to figure out? Okay? So we've read our problem. We've got an answer sentence down. What's going to be our next step? Okay, do you know what it is?
Number line.
Yeah, that's going to be our plan. Our plan is to use a number line to help us solve it. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. Do we have a start time?
No.
Do we have a start time? Peter, do we have a start time?
No.
How do you know that?
Because they only says school ends at 3:30.
Okay. What else might be a clue to you? That's a good clue. What else could be a clue to signal that we don't have a start time?
And
Kate?
it says end.
It does say end. What else would be a clue?
Ooh.
Lauren?
Because of the end sentence, it says what time did the students start their end of the day routine.
Yes, we know here that we have school ends at 3:30, and then if we look at our own answer sentence, we want to know what time they started.
Not ending.
Not ending, starting. So do we have a start time?
No.
No.
And I know what to
Do we have an end time?
Yes. Yes.
Matthew, what is it?
3:30.
3:30.
And I know.
Uh-oh. How are we going to do this?
I know.
How are we going to do this? We got an end time. What am I going to do with that? Galen?
We're gonna we have, instead of going forwards in time, we have to move backwards in time.
We have to go backwards. So our day ends at 3:30. What do the students have to do before they can go home? Because now we're going backwards in time. Lee, what's the first thing, or one of the things they have to do? How long does it take to pack up?
17 minutes.
17 minutes. How are we going to represent 17 minutes? Bryce, how are we going to represent 17 minutes? 10-minute hill. Our new time will be
3:40. No.
what direction we're going?
3:20.
3:20. We're going backwards.
That's
So
what
it's
I
gotta
did.
be 3:20. Okay, we've done 10 minutes, Bryce. Now what?
5-minute hill.
A 5-minute hill. What's our new time?
3:15.
Good. Then what?
And then 2 rocks.
2 rocks. And then what's our time after our rocks?
3:15.
Very nicely done, Bryce. This trip, some of you, if you're going backwards in time, that means your time actually has to go backwards. Some of you set it up beautifully, and then you said 3:40, 3:45. You went forwards in time while you were going backwards on your number line. Jaden?
Next, I'm going to.
Well, hang on. Don't go next yet. Don't go next yet. You good? Yeah? We good?
Yep.
Good? All right, Jaden, go next.
20 minutes.
Well, we've done this.
Oh, okay. So then it's each sack, which takes about 18 minutes.
It takes about how long?
I mean 8 minutes.
Yeah, we ain't eating a full course meal over here. A snack. 8 minutes. How are we gonna represent 8 minutes, Jaden?
We will use one hill that will represent a 5,
Okay, a 5-minute hill.
and the time would be
13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8.
So it would be 3:08.
3:08. Then what?
We would do 3 rocks,
Okay.
which the time would be 3:05.
I like it. I like it. So we've done our snack. Yes.
But what's confusing me is that we're going.
You good?
Yeah, I forgot that we were going
Backwards.
backwards, and I went forwards, and I said, "Oh, we need to get to 3:30."
Yep, we're starting at our end time and working backwards. It's tricky. It's tricky.
We're
Kate?
reversing time.
All right, Kate, what's next? All right, so how are we going to represent 20 minutes? 2 10-minute hills. Okay, so let's do 1. What's going to be our new time? Woo! This is tricky. This is tricky. When we go back, we can go back 5 minutes really easy because 3:05, 3:04, 3:03, 3:02, 3:01, 3 o'clock. What's right before 3 o'clock? What's it going to be, Ashlyn? Right before 3 o'clock is going to be what time? It is not going to be that. Nope. Right before 3 o'clock. Eva, do you know what it is? Before 3 o'clock? Right before 3 o'clock. I'm not asking you to do this. I'm asking you to tell me what's the time right before 3 o'clock. The next minute before 3 o'clock. 2:59. That's tricky. Kate's exactly right. If we go back 10 minutes, our time is going to be 2:55. Notice it has to be 2 o'clock. We're going backwards. All right, what's the next part, Kate? 10 minutes. And that gives us 2:45. Anything else? Nope. 20 minutes. I like it. What time did the students start their end of the day routine? Is this a problem where I need to add up all my minutes and hours?
No.
No. And I can tell that because I'm saying the students started their end of day routine at, and I need a time. Lene? 2:45. Very nicely done. Yes?
Well, my dad at home, he said somewhere something how to check it, and he said after you do it, you start from the beginning and then add them all up and then
Sure.
do it right.
That would be a great thing to check your work. Go back the other direction. Start at 2:45. Add your 20 minutes for read to self, your 8 minutes for snack, your 17 minutes to pack up, and see if you end at the correct time. That's a great way to check your work. Smart dad. Kudos to dad. Yes. Great. I like smart dads. Help me out. I need you to do the first one. Just the first one. It reads, Carly's birthday party was from 12:30 to 2:30. Carly and her friends spent 37 minutes eating cake, 24 minutes opening presents, and the rest of the time playing games. How much time did they spend playing games? Tricky. Try number 1.
We did this before. Okay.